Republican Senator Mike Round. Senator, thank you so much for joining us. Do you support this firing of career U.S. Justice Department attorneys who are simply doing their job?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Wolf, this is the first that I've heard of it, but I suspect that, as you may already suspect, it wouldn't surprise me. I would suspect that if you were in his position and you had been prosecuted, you probably would do the same thing, or at least you'd seriously consider it. The last that I had heard, he was asking for information in terms of emails, messages, and so forth to be kept so that it could be reviewed. So the fact that he has actually pulled the trigger is news to me, but once again, it would not surprise me.
Are you comfortable with that news?
Well, as I say, I've just heard about it. He constitutionally does have the authority to do so, and he has been very, very aggressive in the use of his constitutional authority. So once again, it does not surprise me, and he most certainly hasn't asked permission, but he does not need permission to do that. That becomes part of the executive branch of government, and in doing so, he will still have to stand before the American people and explain why. Based upon what's happening right now, I think the American people are saying, okay, we get it, we understand it, and we know the reason why you're doing it.
President Trump is also expected to sign an executive order today banning transgender Americans from serving in the U.S. military. There are an estimated 14,000 transgender service members. Do you agree they should be banned from serving in the U.S. military?
I think that indicates that's less than 1%. I think it's about 0.7% the last time that I looked at it. And once again, I think part of it is because for those individuals that are undergoing that change or that are in the middle of those medical procedures, the vast majority of them were not eligible for actually being employable or engageable or deployable overseas during that time period. So I most certainly agree that we want individuals that are ready to go. And for those individuals that are in the middle of that, yeah, I do agree with him on that. Now, I also know that during his first term, he took a little bit of a different approach in that those individuals, as I understand it, who had been through those procedures more than 3 years earlier had been allowed to stay. I have not seen the actual orders themselves right now, but I also recognize that he wants individuals that are ready to go to war, that are going to be deployable, and that can defend this country.
Tulsi Gabbard's nomination hearing to be the next Director of National Intelligence begins this coming Thursday. Several of your Republican colleagues have already expressed some serious concern about her, given her past dealings with people like the murderous former Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad. Do you trust Tulsi Gabbard with the nation's top secrets?
Here's what I've met with her twice now, and the first time through, as I shared with her, I thought the toughest part for her was going to be to go through the open hearing so that she could convince, number one, the American people and the United States Senate, along with the President of the United States, that she was the right person for the job. From the first time in which I met her until the second time where she had the opportunity to go through and really hone her skills and to be able to find out what the questions were going to be asked and so forth, I think she did a very good job of advancing herself in terms of educating herself about the right direction to go, the way to answer the questions, the way to respond. I also told her at that time, I said, as an elected official, I did not have a problem with someone going overseas, visiting with other people, even if they were of a different political persuasion, as long as it did not influence her role in terms of being a member of Congress at that time. But to learn, that was fine. So today, as she is coming before the Senate, she's going to have to answer those same questions in front of the American people, the President, and members of the United States Senate. It's going to be one of those things in which she's going to have sat down and to show a really good knowledge. I think she can do it. I think she's a very quick study. And look, I think if the President, he has the benefit of the doubt, in my opinion, and if he says this is a person that I want to provide me with my daily briefs and so forth, then I give him the benefit of the doubt, and unless there's a specific reason why she should not be approved, I think we give the President that opportunity.
All right, South Dakota Senator Mike Rounds, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.